The War of '93 was fought between the Ottoman Empire and Russia in 1877 to 1878. It is called 93 because it corresponds to the year 1293 in the Rumi Ottoman calendar. This conflict was not merely a military confrontation between two empires. It was a historic turning point that reshaped the political map of the Balkans and changed the lives of millions. By the late 19th century, the Ottoman Empire was experiencing significant political and military decline. Nationalist movements were rising across the Balkans, and uprisings among Bulgarians, Serbs, and Romanians drew widespread attention in Europe. Russia, pursuing its Pan-Slavist policy, claimed to protect the Slavic peoples of the Balkans. At the same time, gaining influence over the straits and securing access to warm water routes were central objectives of Russian foreign policy. In 1877, during the reign of Abdul Hamid II, Russia officially declared war on the Ottoman Empire. The war unfolded on two main fronts, the Balkan Front and the Caucasus Front. The Balkan Front witnessed the decisive battles that shaped the outcome of the war. Russian forces crossed the Danube River and advanced into Ottoman territories. The most critical resistance occurred at Plevna. Under the command of Gazi Osman Pasha, Ottoman troops resisted the numerically and materially superior Russian army for months. The defense of Plevna is often regarded as an early example of modern trench warfare. Ottoman soldiers inflicted heavy casualties on Russian forces. However, after a prolonged siege and the severing of supply lines, Plevna eventually fell, and the Ottoman army was forced to surrender. Another crucial location on the Balkan front was Shipka Pass. This mountain pass held immense strategic importance for crossing the Balkan mountains. Ottoman forces launched intense assaults to capture it, but ultimately failed. The loss of Shipka facilitated Russian advancement and significantly opened the road toward Istanbul. On the Caucasus Front, the Ottoman army struggled against harsh geography and severe winter conditions. Russian forces captured Kars, Ardahan, and Batum. Logistical shortcomings, insufficient equipment, and brutal weather conditions severely weakened Ottoman resistance. The defeats in this region further compromised the defense of eastern Anatolia. As Russian troops advanced to Yeşilköy, San Stefano, the Ottoman Empire was compelled to seek peace. In 1878, the Treaty of San Stefano was signed. Under its terms, a large Bulgarian principality was established. Serbia, Montenegro, and Romania gained independence, and Kars, Ardahan, and Batum were ceded to Russia. The Ottoman Empire also agreed to pay a substantial war indemnity. However, these arrangements alarmed the major European powers. Britain and Austria-Hungary, in particular, opposed Russia's growing dominance in the Balkans. Consequently, an international congress convened in Berlin. Led by Otto von Bismarck, the Congress of Berlin revised the Treaty of San Stefano. Bulgaria was reduced in size, Bosnia-Herzegovina was placed under Austro-Hungarian administration, and the Ottoman Empire's presence in the Balkans weakened even further. Although the harshest provisions of San Stefano were softened, the war still resulted in significant territorial and political losses for the Ottomans. One of the most tragic consequences of the War of '93 was the massive wave of migration. A large portion of the Muslim Turkish population in the Balkans was forced to migrate to Anatolia. These migrations brought immense human suffering. Famine, disease, and insecurity claimed countless lives. The demographic structure of Anatolia was permanently altered as a result of the war. In conclusion, the War of '93 marked a decisive turning point in the decline of Ottoman power in Europe. It was not merely a military defeat, but a profound political, social, and demographic rupture whose effects were felt for generations. The resistance at Plevna, the fierce battles at Shipka, and the long refugee caravans stretching from the Balkans to Anatolia together make the War of '93 one of the most dramatic chapters in Ottoman history. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more historical documentaries.